Hey guys, this is Reggie with Stock Talk, and I want to do a quick video about what happened today in the stock market. Man, the stock market was just, moving along, going up, like, all right, great, life is good, life's good. Then right around 12, 1 o'clock, boom, the bottom just dropped out. It's crazy, man. So right now it's 3:30, so we still got 30 more minutes left in the regular trading day. And I just want to look at it from a technical analysis point of view. There were some subtle red flags that today was going to happen, but nothing you can predict a drop like this today. And so let's start off with what caused it, right? If you watch television, a lot of the pundits are, I don't like financial news. I mean, I like it for information, but again, having a good filter for information is something I always preach. So they have a job. They have a job to command your eyeballs, right? And so they want to keep you looking at their channel. So they'll just fill in the blanks. They'll just something happens. Oh, the market's down today, and one of the biggest excuses was the COVID-19, the coronavirus, which at certain points was, but now I think the market doesn't really care as much, or we're just accustomed to what we're going through right now. But they'll release some data and they'll say, oh, it's a drop today, and as they won't say it dropped because, but they'll say as it dropped, we had X amount of people contacted or record deaths, or like today they're gonna say maybe because of antitrust lawsuit against Facebook. It did coincidentally drop right around the time DoorDash IPO came. So initially for me, I'm thinking, okay, maybe like because again, this is a different market than your dad's or your grandfather's market. This market is being overran by retail investors, or sometimes they call them Robinhood investors, and with that, prices are very, it's created a lot of volatility, which created a lot of money for a lot of us. But it creates a lot of volatility where, things affect the overall market, So, like, a speculation I have no evidence of this, but I'm thinking, like, well, maybe everybody's saving their chips for that DoorDash IPO. And then when it dropped to $180, they're like, oh, I don't know. Or they're saving it, because I've seen the same thing happen with Tesla and Facebook when they did the stock split and they announced it. The rest of the market completely tanked, but Facebook and Tesla and Apple, excuse me, when they did the split, Tesla and Apple were up, and you can't help but feel like. And then I look at the chat so I can get a feel for the retail market, and you can't but feel like people were selling other things so they can buy on the split of Apple and Tesla. Now, one of the same things happening this week where we had DoorDash. I don't, as far as the chats I've looked at, I don't see a lot of people, very excited about, because I guess there's a $180 price tag on it. But I think a lot of people may be saving their chips for Airbnb's IPO, which is tomorrow, Thursday. I'm speculating, but hey, just when you're doing this for so long, you see patterns, and when a hot IPO is coming out, folks start selling other stocks they had. They start saving up their chips. And when the IPO hit, they cash in. So let's look at the technical analysis here. We have this is a daily chart. This is the SPY. That's the S&P 500 ETF SPY. So today it was looking nice, man. I was like, ooh, man, I should, buy a call option for next week. So I mean, I did okay. Some of my plays I was expecting to sell tomorrow. I may have to wait an extra day or roll them into next week, depending on what kind of recovery we have, if we have one. So SPY here on the daily chart, this candlestick is engulfing. It completely swallowed up the previous day's candlestick, which is usually a bearish sign. But considering the market, considering the events of today, I'm speculating tomorrow would be, I don't think it's going to, I mean, it could keep going down. Like tomorrow, SPY could come down to this level, to the $364 level. I think that'll be the lowest it'll probably get. Uh, or we'll be in a recovery. It can't go too much higher because the top of the Bollinger Band is here, unless we have some spectacular news come out. So this rest of the week may be a wash unless we can get some really good recovery efforts in buying tomorrow and Friday, which is very likely. It happens, people cool off, especially, and I think Friday, save your chips for Friday because Friday may be a really, really good day in the market. Because Airbnb IPO will be out the way, DoorDash IPO out the way. I don't know any other one of significance that's Friday. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. But Friday could be a good day to buy. Well, actually, today and tomorrow, while the market's down, is a good day to buy, and you start seeing the rewards on Friday and definitely on Monday. It's all speculative. We could continue dropping, but that's just my um, gut feeling, I guess, of the market based off seeing this before. So anyway, SPY is probably going to stay within it for the rest of the week. We'll probably stay within this range of this candlestick, which is between $371 and $366. So I like to use SPY, which is the SP 500, as an indicator for the overall market because the market usually moves with it. There's a lot of tech stock in there. There's Apple, and soon there'll be Tesla in there. So I'm gonna also go over Tesla because I know a lot of you guys are probably curious about that. Also, let's go to VIX. That's the fear index. Wow, look at the VIX, man. That's scary. So anytime the VIX is up, the stock market is down. The VIX is a volatility index. Some people call it the fear index, or um, a record of buying and selling, or just being undecisive, people not knowing. Oh, look at that, and it's in an uptrend. I don't know how I missed that yesterday. Because I've been looking at the VXX. Let me see something. How did I miss that this week? See, I usually look at the VXX, and it's not showing the uptrend yet. And this is the index that actually trades off of the VIX. I gotta start looking at the VIX directly. So yeah, so this would have been a warning. I missed this, man. I looked at a lot of stocks the last few days too, and I completely missed this because I look at the VXX. But if you were to look at the VIX and you see the dots at the bottom here of the SAR indicator, it would have showed that hey, now we're in the uptrend. Them dots are underneath the candlestick. That means we're in an uptrend. And if the VIX is in an uptrend, the market is in a downtrend. Now, based off this trend line that I've drawn here, let's see what that trend line even represents. I draw these trend lines a long time ago. Okay. So let's use the top one. Because I use that trend line for something else. So let's use this top one. So tomorrow, yes, I think we may be trading. The market should go either back up or we'll be trading in a range. The VIX kind of it hit. You see that wick right there. The VIX did hit the line of that. Hit my line of resistance there that I drew. And again, resistance. This is how people do technical analysis, kind of base their entry and exit points. And you draw these lines based off of previous highs and previous lows. And so it looked like it hit that line. And tomorrow it should trade a little lower, but still hitting that line. And hopefully it'll come back down. Or we'll know in pre-market tomorrow if it's sitting above this line. But it looks unlikely because the Bollinger Band is still coming down, the top of that Bollinger Band. And the stock rarely ever breaks that. If it does, it immediately comes back down. So I know we saw a little red today, and then it came back, and then everything started to come back up a bit. Let's go back to the SPY, and let's look at the 4-hour chart instead of the daily. Yeah, so we got a dot on top from the SR indicator showing a downward pattern. It's broken this support line that I drew, and it could easily, well, that's one support line, but it looks like there's more touches right where it's resting. See that? You look at my cursor, it's like we're touching here, touching here, touching here. So it's got like an M-shaped pattern forming. So hopefully this will be good support because it looked like it wicked down and failed and came back up. And also that Bollinger Band is right there too. So odds are this is the range it's going to stay in for the rest of the day. Tomorrow is going to be a different story, but I'm looking like this support may be where we'll finish the week out at the lowest, which will be good. Long people stop selling. So I think they sold and got their Airbnb money all together. So we have this. So we got support there. So I'm feeling good about that. So again, this is why you do support lines, man, because like when you're looking at stocks to buy, you always look, okay, what's the worst that can happen? Like today, like yesterday, before let's go back, and you think what's the worst going to happen? I would have said this red line here, which is the middle of the Bollinger Band, and then I would have said that support. And then the worst case is the bottom of the Bollinger Band. But usually, if it hits the bottom, you'll know it because and it hits the bottom and stays, it runs down. Usually, it's because of news that you already know. It won't just do it for no reason. Then you got to figure out why, like kind of happened today. So yeah, that's SPY. Let's look at some of my. Let's move me. Let's look at some of my watch list. See, my whole watch list is red. You look over here, change. This is usually the change in the profit for the day on each stock. Now you should compile a really good watch list because what that does on days like today, you can look for the green. Well, VIX that doesn't count. That's that good. So right here at United Rentals is green. So these are really solid stocks, and this is a test of your foundation stocks, your anchor stocks, the stocks that you buy, not buy options on, you buy the actual equity in like all red. You actually buy it. And so then I have this is my different watch list. I have my Biden stocks that I believe will benefit from a Joe Biden presidency. All red. This is a good time to buy, right? And again, United Rentals and Caterpillar, right? Construction equipment benefits from no matter who's in office. But seeing that we're in a pandemic and there's going to be state spending, hopefully, those two businesses are. And so we have this is I gotta change the name of this, but these are things I was looking to buy today, looking to get into. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna go over each. I'm gonna go over. I will not go over each and every one of them, but if you have any questions, leave in a comment about some of my ticker symbols. But look, a lot of green on stuff I was looking to buy today. Lyft, Uber, UNP, the United Pacific, shipping. Yeah, shipping companies. See the old blue collar stuff, man. The old school stock, blue collar, wheels on the ground. Always stay. Okay, so let's look at EVs. All red except GM. Who knew? And I consider GM a EV stock because I think they may be a front runner once the dust settles with EVs in a few months. I think they're going to surprise us because they seem really committed to uh, EVs, and General Motors has always pushed the envelope when it comes to innovation too. And look, it's starting an uptrend because look, we got the SR indicator here at the bottom, just starting off with an uptrend on the 4-hour chart. Let's see what the daily chart looks like. Okay, so yeah, it's about the reverse. So GM may be a buy. I'd keep an eye on that. Look, it's touching that middle of the Bollinger Band too. If you look back since September, it's only like here. This when we had, September was a bad month, man. But September is one of those rare times where it hits the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Other than that, it's been using that moving average, that red line as support, and it's been bouncing off of it. And so you can easily predict it's going to bounce here. You may want to look for a position a position around $46 to sell at. Buy around in this range, and so find a good trade that facilitates that, such as obviously options will be your best bet if you're going short term. You know how we do swing trades. So yeah, that's it. So this I was going to go over Tesla. See, this is amazing. See, this is why you want to know technical analysis. I drew these lines days ago, and look at this. Boom, hit the line, that yellow line here, or tan line. It hit it, and it's using it as support. Tesla. And then this blue line's here. Look at that. So using that support, it's the range. It broke through though, which isn't good, but it broke through. But it still gives you an idea when you're trying to set up a trade, right? Of an entry point and exit point. Like this morning. So this was the high today. Look, it did not break over. See, when you draw these trend lines, you have higher highs, and it moves within the trend line. And so as you can see, it hit a high of 654. It hit the trend line. So that helps you when it comes to placing a position or even selling. If you're looking to sell today, you can set a limit order of like maybe $1 or 50 cents close to that trend line, and it helps you position yourself and makes life so much easier. So that's my input for today. Today's a bit of a rough day. Kind of caught us all off guard, but again, the United States is naturally a bull market. You want to sell during uptrend. When you see green, that's when you sell. It's hard to sell when you see green because you're like, ooh, I want more green. But definitely don't sell when it's red. On red days, you'll regret it. You'll sell, and then the market will recover in a day or two, and then you're like, oh man, I shouldn't have sold. And then you're buying, right? Because you have a remorse, but then you're buying on a green day, and it's a repeating pattern, right? And then another red day comes, and the stock you bought on a green day is really negative. So, and if you buy, and especially to my options traders, if you're buying stock, especially, and if you have a small account and you're buying like shares, not options, you really should not be selling. With options, you've got time decay and you've got expiration dates and all that stuff. So you have to be very strategic. But when you have equities, this hold, and if you want to, I know you want to make other trades, but that's why you buy. If you're buying equities, you hold them, and you add to your account, right? You constantly put more money in your account to make those other moves. But if you're trying to sell one to buy another, you will deplete your account rapidly. You will burn a lot of your own personal time because you will take your gains and then you'll blow them on another stock. So just constantly add to your account. So anyway, any questions, leave comments below. This is Reggie, and I'll see you in the next video.